bookaholics, is Isabel and welcome to another video. So I am in a new place. I have officially moved and I am here and this is my new spot. So I have only brought 7 books with me. I have left everything else in storage. I will eventually bring all my books with me and get new bookshelves once I get an actual place, an apartment or a house or whatever I decide to get. I will get bookshelves and everything for it. But I decided to only bring 7 books with me. They are all books I have not read that I've been meaning to read and that I'm excited about and that I just need to get through. These are the books I brought and I just want to share them with you. So let's get right into it. So the first book I brought with me to my new place is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'm actually super excited for this book. When I first bought it, it was more in the Halloween time and I was like getting into more of the spooky kind of books, and this one kind of stuck out with me and I definitely do want to read this pretty darn soon because I've heard so many good things about it. I'm not just going to be reading these 7 books. I have my Audible, I have my Scribd, and I have Overdrive. So I have a lot of things I can get books through. I have my Kindle as well if I want to do ebooks. So like I have other options, but these are the 7 physical books that I wanted to bring with me. And if I only have 7 books to choose from for physical reading, I'll get through these ones a lot quicker now. The next book I brought with me is Lovely War by Julie Berry. This one is one I've been wanting to get to for a very long time. I've heard so many great things from it, especially from Haley in Bookland. Like, she adores this book and has been praising it, and I definitely want to read this one as soon as possible. And now that I only have so many books to choose from, I will probably pick this one up sooner than later. This one is set in World War I, which I haven't read about, mostly just in history books way back when. Also, this one's narrated by Aphrodite, the goddess, and I absolutely love that idea and I'm really hoping I'll enjoy it. The next one I brought is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. So this one has been on my shelf for probably 2 years now. This one was getting so much hype when it first came out. It has a very hard story. It's about a girl who her mom passes away and she finally goes to Korea to visit her other family, and she believes that her mother has been reincarnated as a bird or something. I'm curious about this one. I've heard it's very emotional, very sad, and I just really wanted to read this one, and I definitely do want to read it as a physical copy. So I'm really happy I brought this one because I want to get this one at some point in my life, and hopefully with only 7 books I'll read it soon. The next book I brought with me is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. So if you've been watching since I started my channel, you know I've had this for a long time. This is probably one of the books I hauled, like one of my first hauls, I think, and I still haven't read it, so I definitely need to read this one as soon as possible and get to it. There's so much hype around this book, there's so much praise, and I just need to read it. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I don't know how it's gonna go. I know a bit about what it's about, but I'm mostly going in blind, so I'm excited for this one. Based on that, I think this one should be no surprise, and that's The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I definitely want to get her books. I've heard so many great things about her books, and I just want to try them out, read them, and finally just get them off my TBR and actually have more concrete things to say about them because I read them, and be able to like actually talk about these to someone, you know? The next one I brought with me is The Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. This one might be a surprise because I haven't read a lot of fantasies lately, but I've heard so many great things about this and I've been kind of more inclined to try fantasy. I'm hoping that still stays because I'll be sad if this is not the book that I should have brought with me and I could have brought something else, but I'm still pretty excited for this one. Like, there's been so many fantasies coming out. Like, I'm really excited for Lore as well. I have that as an audiobook actually, so I'll be getting to that one soon, but I definitely want to try a fantasy and see if I want to continue with this series, and a lot of people love it and I definitely want to give it a shot. And the last book I brought with me is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Do I even have to talk about this one? I think everyone and their mother has read this book except me. So many people has praised it, so many people love this book, and I definitely need to read it as soon as possible. Again, Haley from Bookland absolutely loves this book, so I definitely want to give it a shot and see how it goes. I believe this one's set in World War II. I don't know too much about it. I know It follows two people. I think they're sisters or something. They're related in some way, and they each have a different story that they go through in the World War II and kind of different journeys, and I'm excited to see where this one goes. I don't know what else to say. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for all of these. That's kind of why I brought them. I honestly have no idea how I narrowed down to just 7, but I did. There were some that were easy to just like stay there because I knew I was either going to read them as an audiobook or I was going to not read them right away, and I wasn't too sad to have them packed up, but I didn't want to like bring notebooks with me, so I needed to choose a few, and I was gonna bring just 5, but I couldn't narrow it down to just 5, so I was fine with bringing 7. This is my TBR, I guess, for the next few months, I guess. I don't know when I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna be busy with other things. It's gonna be kind of a hectic time because I need to get used to the new place I'm in, and I'm excited for my new journey, and it's just gonna be a bit of an adjustment, but I'm excited. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not yet, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.